All right, welcome back. Let's talk about what to do if you do not have a website. As you can imagine, like I mentioned before in previous videos, your website's going to be the hub of your business online. And if you have a business but you don't have a website, then you need to fix that as soon as possible. Okay, and I mean very, very fast. And the reason why is because essentially no one has a place to connect with you. No one has a place to learn about the services that you offer. No one has a place to learn about you as a person. Nobody knows who you've worked with, uh, the type of ideas that you have. Nothing. No one knows what your previous work history is like. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if you don't have a website, then you really need to fix that. And you don't want to be reliant solely on social media because, as you see, social media can, increase your visibility, decrease your visibility, throttle your account. People that follow you can't even see the content that you're posting sometimes. So it's very fickle. And so you want to have a place to take those users that you possibly have, built on social media and move them into your website. To either booking appointments or signing up for an email list or whatever's valuable to you, whatever's a part of your campaign strategy. And so you need to have a website for that. And I'm going to talk about some options that you have when it comes to creating a website. And, all these options are pretty viable for what I'm explaining that you can do here with SEO. And so, as long as you're doing these few things correctly, which I will go over, doesn't matter where you're building your website or how you're building your website. As long as you have one and it's visually attractive and it's engaging and it leads people further down to what you want them to do, then you'll be better off, right? So I just want to talk about a few of the options that you have when it comes to building a website. Um, so when it comes to building a website, you really only have two options, right? You can build it yourself, or you can have somebody else build it for you. I'm going to talk about the build it yourself options first, and then I'm going to go into having someone build it for you. And there's various affordable options for when it comes to when it comes to hiring someone to build a website for you. It just really depends on whether or not you have the time or if you have the experience to see it all through. Okay, so the build it yourself options. You have several build it yourself types of web softwares like Wix is a popular one, and these are really just let me exit that. And these are really just basic website builders that allow you, as someone who doesn't have any idea about coding or anything like that, it allows you to simply put together a website, drag and drop elements. That way you can efficiently build a website without knowing how to code. It's like the Canva of websites, right? This is what we call a WYSIWYG website, which WYSIWYG is just a special category. Um, Here we go. WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get. So, when you're looking at things like this or website builders like this or anything like that, what you see is what you get. There's no, there's no special stuff that you need to do underneath. It's all pretty much built in for you. All you got to do is just put the puzzle pieces together, right? And there are several examples like this, like there's Wix, there's Squarespace. Squarespace is just like Wix, where again you're building your own website without knowing how to code. It's rather affordable to sign up for for a subscription here. You can buy your own domain name here. You can do all the things that you need to do through Squarespace. You can do all the things that you need to do through Wix. Those are the two most popular options when it comes to WYSIWYG type of websites. Of what you see is what you get. And again, you don't really need anything super complicated. You don't need to know how to code. You can literally just build your own website from scratch, and you can then be competitive with search engine optimization in your local area. So, so those are your options there. They're rather affordable, like I mentioned before, a few dollars per month, and you're up and running. And so again, it's a great option if you don't have a lot of money to spend, but you need a website, and you need to drive leads through that website. So you can quickly get something like this set up, spend a few hours putting it all together. and you can launch within a few days or even a week. And so those are very great. So these are very great options for you if you don't have any coding experience, you don't have a lot of money, but you need a website. Okay, so Wix, Squarespace. You're familiar with Shopify, but Shopify is more e-commerce. I'm specifically giving you, um, recommendations based on you being a service-based business. Okay, so if you're a service-based business, go with Wix, go with Squarespace. They're both really good options. They give you the opportunity to really have control over your website without knowing how to code, without being like a technical genius or anything like that. So check those out. An honorable mention would be WordPress, but WordPress does require a bit of technicality. It does require just a little bit of understanding about how websites are built and how they work. It's nothing compared to Wix and Squarespace that really provide you with an easy opportunity to build a quick website. So honorable mention is WordPress, but WordPress does require a little bit of finesse. Okay. Okay, so those are your options when it comes to building yourself. Now let's talk about having somebody else build it for you, right? Okay, so and this is an often intimidating topic for people because it's generally understood that websites cost thousands of dollars to build, right? They cost money. It takes hours in design time and also in development for somebody to build a website for you, right? This is common knowledge, which is why things like Wix and Squarespace became so popular because people didn't want to pay thousands of dollars to build a website, which is totally understandable. Now, what I would say is like you likely want to find like a hybrid option, right? You want to be able to build your website without having to pay a ton of money, but that doesn't mean you should not spend any money on your website. Now, again, like I mentioned before, I said your website is an asset, right? It's an asset that you invest in, and these are one of the things that you would want to invest in for your website. Uh, if you can't build it yourself or you don't have the time to build it yourself, then you want to hire somebody with the skill set and the eye and design and visuals to accurately, transmute what you think your brand should look like onto the internet. And that's why hiring someone to build your website for you is so valuable, because if you don't have the vision, or if you don't have the technicality, and maybe you just have a bunch of ideas and you have creativity, but you don't exactly know how to articulate it on your own through creating a website, then hiring someone that can help you do this is going to be extremely valuable. It will bring you a return on investment, because again, the better you are at articulating your brand, connecting with your audience, and driving them to to want to do business with you, the better off you'll be and the more successful you'll be in search engine optimization. So you don't want to cut costs where you don't really want to expand, right? Well, you don't want to cut costs where you want to expand. Your website is where you want to expand, so you don't exactly want to cut costs here. You want to do things efficiently. You don't want to waste money, but you want to definitely make sure that you're investing in it in the right ways. Okay. So if you're going to have someone build a website for you, you should have a good understanding of what your website needs in order for you to be successful. Okay. So there's a few things that your website is going to need. And I'm going to go back to this example. I'm going to go back to this Bloomingdale's garden example, because I think they've summed it up pretty well about what exactly a website needs, especially from a bare bones perspective, right? This website has tons of pages, tons of service pages, and this is what you essentially want to aspire to. But if you're starting from the beginning, you really just need a 5-page website, right? Now, when I say 5-page website, I'm not saying that your website will only have just 5 pages. I'm saying that your website will have 5 categories of pages, or 5 types of pages, right? So the first type of page is by default your homepage, right? Your homepage is the central hub of your entire website. I don't need to explain this to you. You already know this. You've been using websites for years. Your homepage is going to be, the most important page on your website, essentially. Then the second type of page you're going to want is a service page, right? Service page is just a type of page that helps you describe your services. Now, as you probably have noticed, this page does not look like the homepage. They're built differently, right? They have all this stuff going on over here, and they're talking about a specific topic rather than the business itself. right? So that's the second type of page you're going to want. You're going to want a service page. The third type of page you're going to want is a location page, right? Location page is really a page that describes where you're located, right? So on this page here, they're talking about all the different types of services that they offer in this one specific area, right? Now, again, that's different from the service page, which is talking about the service itself, but it's not really talking about the areas that that service is provided in. Now, that's where this is coming into play. This is the location page, right? So that's the other one that you're going to want. The fourth page that you're gonna want is your about page, right? Your about page is just a core part of any website. This is where people go to learn more about your brand, about who the business owner is, about who they are, how long they've been in business, what they believe in, their core values, all that other fine stuff, right? And this is necessary because this is how you build rapport with your users online. Without having to talk to them over the phone, you build a rapport with them through your about page and showing them, your expertise. Okay. And then lastly, the fifth page is going to be your contact page, right? Your contact page is where you want people to end when they're on your website. So they're probably going to begin by finding you through a area page or a services page from Google search. But where they end is either through requesting a consultation or calling you directly or coming to your contact page to request a quote or to book a service or anything like that, right? So those are the five main pages that you need. Okay. Homepage, service page, location page, about page, and contact page. Honorable mention is a blog page. Blogs are definitely great to have. Again, it's just an opportunity for you to show your expertise and also for you to answer specific questions that people often ask you in your local area. Okay, so a blog is definitely what I call like an honorable mention, but a blog is not going to make you more money. Your services pages are going to make you money, and your location pages are going to make you money. So those are the most important pages that you want to focus on. I'm not saying blog articles aren't necessary because they absolutely are. However, they come second fiddle to your services and location pages. Okay. Um, so that's what every website's going to need, right? So if you're going to go and hire someone to build your website, make sure they understand that these are the pages that you need, and here's the reasons why you need them. If you would like me to help you build your website, that's one of the things that I offer in my consultation services. I will work with you to develop a website that's visually attractive, that has all the specific persuasion factors built into it to ensure that when users land on your website, they not only like what they see, but a lot of times they will end up converting into a booked appointment or giving you a phone call or filling out a form. And so I work with people consistently to ensure that their website has all these factors built into it before they've even finished making the website. And that's really helpful, again, just because a lot of people don't know how to set their website up for SEO from the very beginning. And that's what I specialize in doing. So if you're interested in having me help you set up your website or build your website, just reach out to me and I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's what you do if you don't have a website. As I mentioned before, you either have time to build it yourself through Wix or through Squarespace. And if you don't, you're going to have to hire somebody to build it for you. However, you want to make sure that you have those fundamental pages baked into your website. That way, you're not paying a lot of money to get it built because you're only making a 5-page website. And any web developer worth their salt knows that a 5-page website shouldn't cost any more than $2,000 on a good day. Okay, so again, if you need help getting your website built, reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you. Okay. All right. So in the next section, we're going to be talking about user friendliness on your website and why that's extremely important for you to be successful in SEO. Okay. So I really look forward to talking about this because this is one of the biggest topics in SEO that I'm going to cover. And so I just want to make sure that, you're fully aware and present. All right. So I'll see you in the next section. Thank you.